Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's the Chaotic Gaming Crew here, and welcome back to an MLB 15 The Show Diamond Dynasty roster update for July 27, 2015. Let's start off by going into the community market and heading over to starting pitching. For this update, there aren't any big impact updates, as you will see, because at the top of the list with highest overall, our first update is a starting pitcher at 82 overall. Everybody above 82 overall has not been updated for this. So to start off, Noah Syndergaard's been upgraded, the Mets' young stud pitcher. He's been upgraded from a 75 overall to an 82 overall, as you see right there. Besides him, moving on, if we go to the Arizona Diamondbacks, we have a starting pitcher right here at 80 overall, and his name is Josh Colmenter. He's been upgraded from a 75 overall to an 80 overall. Moving on from that, going to another Mets pitcher, we got Bartolo Colon. He's been upgraded to an 80 overall from, oh my bad, I apologize. He went from an 82 overall to a 79 overall. He's been actually downgraded. Moving on, Justin Verlander is probably the biggest downgrade we have for this roster update. He's gone from an 84 overall all the way down to a 79, if we can find him right here. Justin Verlander is now a 79 overall. He just hasn't been pitching well, and it shows, as you can see. On the flip side, we got a pretty big upgrade for a Los Angeles Angels starting pitcher, Andrew Heaney. He went from a 72 overall to a 78 overall. If we can find Heaney, which should be right on the next page, I guess. Andrew Heaney. I apologize. Oh, there he is. Andrew Heaney, 78 overall. Moving on from him, Matt Garza for the Milwaukee Brewers. He's been downgraded from a 79 to a 78. Matt Garza right here. He's now a 78 overall. Moving on from Garza, we have ourselves Shane Green, another Detroit pitcher who's also been downgraded quite a bit. He was an 80 overall at the last week's roster update. For this week's roster update, however, he's been downgraded to a 76 overall. Moving on to the Braves, right here we got Mike Foltynewicz. I think that's how you say that, but he's been upgraded from a 72 to a 76 overall. For the Chicago Cubs, the rookie I believe who was added last time has been upgraded a lot. He's a 76 overall. He was a 66 overall. And his teammate, Travis Wood, has also been upgraded to a 76 overall from a 71 overall. Moving on, we got Brandon Finnegan. Last year, he was a rookie who helped the Royals. I guess he's considered a rookie still, but he helped the Royals in the World Series and the playoffs by providing good quality innings out of the bullpen. He's been upgraded a huge amount from a 61 overall all the way to a 74. If we can find Finnegan, you can go take a look yourself. 74 overall, we just passed him. Brandon Finnegan. There he is right here next to Brandon Cupton. He's a 74 overall now, lefty pitcher. Besides him, there's also Tim Cooney for the St. Louis Cardinals, who upgraded from a 63, I believe. A 67, I apologize. 67 to a 73 overall. And Cooney is right past him. He's right there. For the rest of the pitchers, since you guys probably aren't going to get them unless you decide to buy the team set for the Legend, I'll just list them off. Edwin Jackson, a free agent, went from a 69 to a 72 overall. We got Drew Pomeranz for the Oakland A's, went from a 67 to a 71. Cody Anderson went from a 62 overall to a 69 overall. Aaron Nola for the Phillies, he's just been added, a rookie. Here, we'll go take a look at him, but he's been added at 69 overall. If we can find Aaron, we passed him right here, Aaron Nola. And also besides him, for the Dodgers, Zach Lee, one of their top pitching prospects for the past couple years, just got added. However, in his first start against the Mets, he got hit around a lot because he let the ball up. So hopefully, maybe they'll give him another start and he'll do better. Hopefully. So we'll see with that. Moving on from Zach Lee, we got ourselves Juan Nicasio, who's been a relief pitcher for the Dodgers. He's been switched over to a starting pitcher because of recent injuries, and he's a 68 overall. For the Rangers, Anthony Ranaudo or something like that. He went from a 63 to a 68. For the the Atlanta Braves, Jake Brigham went from a 63 to a 68. For Boston, Matt Barnes went from a 62 to a 67. John Lamb for the Royals, he's been added to the team, just called up. He's at a 63 overall. Nick Greenwood for the St. Louis Cardinals, he's been upgraded from a 57 to a 61. And last but not least, no, that's all the starting pitchers. So moving on to relief pitchers, we'll move on to relief right now. Starting off for relief pitchers, Tanner Roark, who's been switching between a starting pitcher at 84 and relief pitcher at 80, is back to being a relief pitcher at 80 overall. Besides him, you might recognize the name Chris Medlin, the old Braves starting pitcher before he got injured. He's back up in the game for the Kansas City Royals at 79 overall, and he's going for a decent amount, 8,000 points right there if you somehow manage to pack him. Besides Chris Medlin, we are going to go all the way down to a former Yankee, Rays, and Nationals closer and setup man, Rafael Soriano. He's with the Cubs right now, and he's gone from a 78 to a 77 for this roster update. For the rest of the relief pitchers, I'm just going to list them off for you guys, just so you have the information. Ryan Vogelsong for the Giants, he's gotten a big downgrade from he used to be a starting pitcher, but he went from a 78 to a 73 overall. You know what, let's just show him as the last one, Ryan Vogelsong. Where are you, Vogelsong? Right there. He went from a 78 to a 73 overall. And then besides that, we have Edwin Jackson in free agency, former D-backs and Cubs pitcher. He went from a 69 to a 72. Besides him, we have Atlanta Braves, Ross Detweiler, used to be on the Nationals. He went from a 75 downgraded to a 71. Wandy Rodriguez for the Rangers, former Pirate and Houston Astros pitcher, went from a 75 to a 69. Besides him, for the Houston Astros, Roberto H. Hernandez, otherwise known as Fausto Carmona previously for the Indians, he went from a 71 to a 66. Finishing it off, we got Arnold Leon. He went from a 67 to a 63. Nick Tropiano went from a 67 to a 62. He's on the Angels. Chin Hugh Sao, who's just come back from a long suspension from baseball for the Dodgers. He's playing for the Dodgers now, my bad. He's been added to the game at 61 overall. For the the San Francisco Giants, Josh Osich, he's been added to the game at 59 overall. Dylan Axelrod for the Cincinnati Reds, right-handed pitcher. He's been downgraded from a 63 to a 58. And last but not least, Pedro Villarreal for the Cincinnati Reds went from a 55 to a 54. Moving on, there has been no catcher upgrades, however, or closing pitcher upgrades. However, there has been a couple of first basemen upgraded. There have been a few first basemen upgraded. Starting off with that, we have ourselves, to start off the first baseman for the St. Louis Cardinals. Actually, I think there might only be one, but for the St. Louis Cardinals, there's been somebody added to the roster at 64 overall. If we can find him right here. I think I just passed him. His name is Steven Piscotty up here at 2,000 coins. Yes, he's been added at 64 overall. And besides him, there are actually no more first basemen. Also, there are no... Oh, yes, there are. There is a couple of second base upgrades for second base to start off. Rougned Odor for the Texas Rangers. He's been upgraded to an 80 overall right here. He was a 77 overall previously. And besides him, there is also, what's his name? Cesar Hernandez for the Philadelphia Phillies. He's been upgraded from a 72 to a 75 right there. Besides him, there are no more second base upgrades. However, there are a couple of third base. Going to third base, we have ourselves for the Detroit Tigers, one of their former better prospects, Nick Castellanos. He's been upgraded from a 70 to a 72. And besides him, also at third base for the Chicago White Sox, Gordon Beckham. He's been downgraded from a 71 to a 68. Moving on to shortstop. Never mind. There's actually one more for third base, and that is Hernan Perez. I'm not going to show you because you're probably not going to get him, but he's been downgraded from a 61 to a 57. So moving on to shortstop. For shortstop, we have ourselves, I believe, only one player that's been upgraded, and that is for the Washington Nationals, Ian Desmond. Desmond has gotten a huge downgrade from an 84 overall all the way down to a 79. He has not been performing this year, as you can clearly see. For the outfield, there are no left field upgrades. However, there is one for center, I believe, and that is for the Miami Marlins, Marcell Ozuna, if we can find him. Ozuna has been downgraded from a 78 to a 75, as you see right here. And besides him, there's actually one more. Randall Grichuk for the St. Louis Cardinals was downgraded from a 75 to a 71 overall. Last but not least, we have ourselves right field, and for right field, we have, one second. For right field, we have ourselves, I just saw him, Jorge Soler. Jorge Soler has been downgraded as well from an 80 overall all the way down to a 75 overall. And, one more, my bad. Brock Holt for the Boston Red Sox. He's been downgraded from a 74 to a 72. The kid that plays literally every position in the game, it seems like. And yeah, we're going to end it on that because there are no more upgrades. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment any games you might want us to play in the future, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see. Our next MLB roster update is going to be next Monday, and throughout the week we're going to continue posting our other regular games. So thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time. CGC out.